Hi there, crafty friend. It's Anna. Welcome back here at my YouTube channel with Anna from Lucy Paper Crafts and day 3 of my Mediterranean summer stamp camp, featuring today the Citrus Blooms bundle by Stampin Up. And the past 2 days I've shared some projects mainly focusing on, well, not mainly, but on day 1, mainly focusing on the designer series paper in that Mediterranean Blooms suite in our annual catalog. But today's project is really focusing on this fantastic stamp set. Such beautiful hand-drawn images. The sentiments are very versatile. You can use them for all kinds of occasions. And yeah, so I decided for today's project to focus on the stamp set and the dies. So yeah, let's go ahead and let me show you what we're going to need. You don't have to write down any of the measurements or the supplies that I used. You can find all those details in the description of the video. So let me put this, I'll put it over here for now. And we're going to start with a thick basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, squared and folded at 4 1/4 on the long side. So that's our base. Then I die cut this, really, let me make sure everything's in focus. This is Peach Pie Cardstock. This is one of our newest in colors. And like I said, this is an amazing set of dies. Doesn't even fit on one sheet here on my magnetic sheets. And it's this large one. And it's really cool because you can also combine it with this one here. So this is die cutting and very leafy frame, so to speak, but it's not cutting out the outer shape. So to get that, you would need to pair it up with this, well, let's just say large label die. And then there's another one that we're going to be using later this week as well. So let me just get these in here. So yeah, so that's what I die cut. Then, oh, I didn't even mount that stamp, so give me 1 second. I have to get that out. There's this fun texture one here, and this actually coordinates with the patterns in, or one of the patterns in the designer series paper. So let me grab a block to get that on there. And now you can actually see how I like to mount my blocks. I didn't even grab my peach pie ink pad. So I'm telling you, that heat, it's getting to me. I know I've said that a few times before this week. So that looks kind of straight. So I'm just eyeballing it, trying to line it up on my block with the outer edges. So when I stamp, I can go by the outer edges of my block. So give me 1 second and I'll grab my peach pie. Well, my peach pie ink pad. Wouldn't it be nice? Oh, I would love some peach pie right now. I'm definitely more of a pie person than a cake. But anyways, let's not talk about food now. As I'm about to stamp some oranges, but that's okay. All right, so let me get that out of the way. So I just created some texture here for my big label, so it's not as, well, it's a gorgeous shape, but it looks a little bit boring right now. So definitely make use of these extra stamps in your sets. And let's see, so I'm going to stamp one. I'm going to try and see what I did there on my original card. So one there, and I stamp one over here, and I'm just going to, I'm not turning the image, I'm just trying to maybe alternate a little bit. And let's see, I want one over here. And one over here. And then something, I want to try something else with my sample card is, there is a hello stamp in here also, and I haven't used that actually. So let's go ahead and do that as well. If I can find I can find a block that fits with it. So now I'm going to stamp that. Let's see here, where do I want my banner on my original card? So somewhere around there. So that way it's not just saying just checking in, but it says hello, just checking in. So there. And since I'm stamping it just in the peach pie, it's very subtle, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of it for my original card. So that's all the peach pie we're gonna need. So I can put those aside. Now we can go ahead and glue that down on our card base. Just using, oh, I might be running out of Stampin' Seal soon. But I love how easy it is now. Whenever I have to replace these, it's so easy. I just open it up, take the old one out, put the new one in, and done. So all right, so now we gotta make sure that we have it in the right direction. So maybe a little bit down. Let's see. Yep, looks good. Okay, so now next I have a piece of our regular basic white cardstock, and that's about, let's see here, so 3.5 by 3.5, and we'll be stamping our single orange branch on there in Memento, because I want to color it with our Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers. So we need a water-based ink for the outline, so we can use alcohol markers on the actual coloring. And so I'm going to stamp that down here. Give it a nice push and a second for the ink to transfer. Getting that out of the way. Oops. And then I also want to stamp the 2 flowers that are in the set, and I just mounted them on one block, just makes it easier. So there's enough room here. Okay, so let me close that. We'll finish our sentiment at the end. Okay, so now I have a few Stampin' Blends here. I have Peach Pie combo pack, so light and dark. I have our color lifter because I want to show you a neat little thing there for your coloring. Then I have the light Daffodil Delight, and then I have dark and light Old Olive. So I'm going to start with my dark Peach Pie. So what I like to do is lightly go around the outline, or I guess inline of my image, because if you've used these before, you know that the color does bleed a little bit. It's going to spread out. That way I can make sure that when I'm actually coloring the bigger surface, I don't color across the lines. So also to give it a little bit of shading. So just a little bit there. And then just to give it a little bit of contrast, we'll be mixing that in. So I'll put that aside. Make sure you close your blends always well. So now I can come in with my light one and blend those edges a little bit. So, and by no means, I'm not an expert with alcohol marker coloring, so if you have a good technique down, then stick with it, because I know people color differently with these mediums. So oops, and there you go, I colored right across my image line there. So, and okay, And then you just need to know when to stop. All right, so that was my light one. And now I'm taking my color lifter. And what this does actually, so this was really a mistake. I made a little boo-boo, so I'm going to fix it. I can fix it to a certain degree. And the ink that is in here, it's pushing back the other alcohol ink mixture. So if I just carefully dab on it and let it sit for a minute, or yeah, I don't know if it's actually a minute, so don't set your watch to 60 seconds or something like that. Anyways, but it's pushing the color back. So if you kind of gently move it back to your image outline, it's taking care of that. But what I actually wanted to show you is you can also use this to create more texture. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly dab all over my oranges here. My peach pie color is going to disappear. So you don't want to overdo it, but let me pull that up. Let's see. I want to make sure that's in focus. But can you see all those little dots now? So it just gives it a little bit more of reflection, more highlights in your image without trying to create that with just a light and dark Stampin' Blend. So definitely, if you like the Stampin' Blends, the color lifter definitely needs to be on your shelf as well. So then I'm using the Daffodil Delight. Oh, hold on a second. Which one was my... That's dark. I forgot. So I'll also be using the lighter one to make a few dabs, just a few dots in the middle of my flowers. Okay, not a whole lot. And then a little bit down here. Because what I want to do is blend that now with my Daffodil Delight. So... and my Daffodil Light is already, my light one is already a little bit, the tip is a little bit frayed, so I have to go light. So I'm not fully coloring, I'm just kind of using the brush tip to push out, again, my peach pie that I laid down first, and giving it a light blend of those two colors, that peach pie and the Daffodil Delight. So really just to give it a little bit of color, but not too much. All right, I don't know, let's see. I think it shows pretty nicely here on those flower buds. All right, so that is how I color the flowers. And now in the last step, I'm quickly going to show you how I color the leaves. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I have that prepared because otherwise this would take too long. So I'm just going to, let's do this leaf right here. So I like to use my darker one and go along some of the lines, and where I think there would be a little bit of a darker color and like shadows. And then I come in with my, I have to use my, what is it called? Well, not the brush tip, the other one. And I'll just go over it. Careful when you get to the flowers. So I'm just going to use this now to blend. And I'm doing somewhat of a circular motion over my darker parts to blend them in. Again, just be careful when you get to the outlines. Rather, you know, just don't get too close because your color is going to bleed a little bit, and there's only so much fixing you can do with a color lifter. So it's not a, it's a little secret weapon, but it's not a, you know, it's not gonna save you from bigger mistakes. All right, so just blending that a little bit more. So again, I just used the darker one to do my shadow parts first, and then just using the lighter one to go over it and blending everything. So let me bring that up again. So again, there's people out there who can do like really amazing coloring with these. I would say I'm still at a beginner stage, okay? I'm still learning. So, but yeah, anyways, that's how I colored these images. And then I went ahead and die cut it with the shapes in the set. So let me, ta-da, talking about secret weapon slash magic trick. So I went ahead and I die cut these already. So this is, let me bring that up for you. So you can see I did the color lifter dots there, blended a little bit of peach pie and daffodil delight here on my flowers, and then a little bit of coloring on the leaves. All right, so now we can put our card almost together. Still need to stamp our sentiment. So I did the just checking in on a pre-die cut banner here. This is from our Stylish Shapes dies. Like I said, which items I used exactly, you can find the link in the description to my Stampin' Up! Store where I have them all listed for this project. So the only thing that's not on there, I think, is a paper trimmer and the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So, all right, so wish me luck that I get it on there straight. I'm stamping it a little bit more to the right. Oh, very good. All right, so not touch it. I tend to be too quick on touching my sentiments that I stamped with Memento, and then they always smudge. I don't know why that is, but it happens. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put down my sentiment first. Let me get that out of the way. So some Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's see here. I want one there. 1, 2, and 3. And as you may have noticed, my lighting, I'm trying to improve it because I know it's almost like I've been wondering if I should. I asked my husband if I should put out a please wear sunglasses watching these videos, because now with the new white surface, I have a lot of exposure going on. So I'm still trying to figure out the right setting for my camera and my lighting so it's not blinding you. So if you feel like there's too much exposure on my videos, you know, just maybe go into your phone settings and just dial it down a little bit, the screen brightness, and that should help for the moment. All right, so let's see here. Since I changed it a little bit, my original card idea, so we'll put that here. Hello, just checking in. Oh, have a little bit of a left over there. Okay, I have to pick this up and see if this is straight. No, not there. All right, okay, that looks better. Okay, so then I'm going to put some dimensionals here on my die cut orange. So one there. Let's see here. Okay, so on the flowers, which part is hanging over my banner? So I tested out where I can put some, where I need some dimensionals. So down there, and then let's see, I'll just put one right there because I know definitely my orange is going to cover that up. So, oops, we should take the rest of them off. That would help. Okay. And let's see. I put it, yeah, let's put it there. All right, it's down, so no point trying to get that back off. Okay, then I have some of my flowers here, and I want to do, you have dies for 2 larger flowers and 2 smaller flowers. That's why I have extra. So let's see, I'm gonna do my larger one. I'm gonna put that down here, and sometimes it's easier to just put your dimensional down first on your card. Oh, did I get that backing off? No. Okay, so we'll set that right there. All right, there we go. And then I have a small one there. Well, are we still going to put it there? Let's see. Is that the one I wanted to use? Let's check. Yeah, that was the one. Well, I actually don't need the second larger one. So, all right, now since I have that hello there, let's see how far we can go. Should we put it up here? What do you guys think? Oh, well, maybe we'll just do this. So, and then I have a small one, but first I want to put my branches down there, and I'll probably have to cut these down quite a bit. Oh, or maybe not. So, just like I did last time, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of liquid glue down here on my silicone mat. And I'm going to snip it a little bit, just so I don't have too many parts going on here. Well, I should get some adhesive on that. Okay. So, and I tuck that under here. And then let's see. I might have actually used the other one there, but that's okay. So, let's see. I think I'm going to do, don't be afraid to just cut your pieces to the size that you need. I just wanted a little bit more greenery down here, that's all. So, and then let's see. I hope I'm not totally messing this up now. So, that's how I trimmed it down. Just picking up all of that ink. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's cute. So, I'll just put it there. Okay, and if you don't have enough adhesive, you know, you can always add more. I'm just not a fan of wasting too much adhesive. So, and just go and pick up a little bit more. Okay, sliding that back under there, if it will let me. Oh yeah, yeah, that's cute. So. All right, and then I had one more small flower over here, and I think I'm still going to do that. So that one had a little bit of, I don't think that had a dimensional under it. Oh, it did. It actually did. So let's see here. I need a tiny one, teeny tiny one. And sometimes you just have to stick it a little bit under there. All right, and put that right there. All right, so, and then last step, let me just clean up here a little bit. I got some white baker's twine, because I just like the idea of using that on here. If you've been stamping with me for a little while, you know I love my baker's twine. I usually struggle on using other ribbons quite as much, so, but you can never go wrong with a baker's twine because it works for, you know, all kinds of cards. So, all right, and there you go, and that's my card idea for day number 3 of Stamp Camp. Definitely let me know which one do you like better. Do you like the one without the hello and the flower right there, or what do you think about the one with the hello and yeah, the flower over there? Just kind of, I don't know, does it look like it's floating? I think it's cute. So anyways, that is it for day number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. So and definitely check back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time here on my YouTube channel. I have a really cool gift card idea for you, featuring this suite of products and a keeping tabs bundle. And yeah, if you can't wait till then go ahead and check out day number 2. I'll pop that right here, of the project that I shared yesterday. And yeah, well, I see you then.